Hi, welcome to Cambrian College Automotive Program. My name is John Weiss. I'm the Automotive Program Coordinator and also a professor. I have many years experience teaching students and working with apprentices and working with other fellow technicians in the trade.
Hi, I'm Mark Cadet. I'm one of the first year professors here at Cambrian College in the Automotive Program. I also have a lot of experience teaching apprentices and students in the automotive sector. I originally started out my career as an avionics technician at Helly North in Sudbury. I graduated from Canada College. I also graduated from Sioux College and Cambrian College in the automotive field.
My name is Norm Patra. I'm also a professor of the first year program of the Motive Power Technician program here at Cambrian College. I have about 4 years of experience teaching students here at the college. Previously, I was a master technician at a local Nissan dealership for 24 years, and I'm also a graduate of the Fanshawe Motive Power Technology program in London, Ontario.
Hi, my name is Richard Raymond. I'm the automotive technologist here in the automotive program. I'm also the dual credit professor for high school students that want to come in and start earning some credits. I have 16 years in the automotive industry, and I'm a master technician with both Ford and Chrysler.
During your first semester here at Cambrian College in the automotive program, we will teach you trades practice, where we go through all the tools in the shop, show you how to use every one of them, risk assessment on all the big stuff like hoists and tire machines and balancers, as well as safety. During the second part of the course is computer methods, where we go through all the computer software, ALLDATA, ShopKey Pro, teach you how to go through all the procedures on how to fix cars and where to find it on the computer. The third module is Drivetrains 1, where we actually go through transmissions and transaxles, 5-speed manual transmission and transaxles, as well as differentials, drive shafts, U-joints, and whatnot. The fourth module is steering, suspension, and brakes, where we go through disc brakes, drum brakes, hydraulic components, boosters, master cylinders, and everything in between, as well as suspension systems, springs, leaf springs, shock absorbers, and whatnot, and the steering components that connect everything together. Also, there's an English communications course that you'll have to complete as well during the first semester.
In the second semester of the first year, one of our modules is going to be electrical and electronics. This is where we learn the inner workings of electricity and how it works, and also all sensors that are related to engine functions and running capabilities. We also deal with Ohm's law boards, is where we actually create our own wiring to make light bulbs turn on, motors work, so on and so forth. Our module after that is going to be gas engines. This is where we get the inner workings of the bottom end of the engine. We learn how the pistons and the crankshaft and all of the related components work together to form the bottom end of the engine. We do take apart motors, completely disassemble engines, and put engines back together in a proper manner with all sorts of measuring. Also, another component is our basic fuel and system management. This is where we learn how the fuel injection system works on vehicles, how fuel pumps, gas tanks, evaporative systems, and all the related functions of the fuel system for vehicles will be covered in that section. Also, there will be one general education course that will also be taken during this semester.
Once you've completed the first year, you come back for second year. Second year, we'll start off with semester 3. Basically, we're going to start off with trades practice. Trades practice, you're going to learn about what's required for the apprenticeship. You're going to learn about WHMIS, you're going to learn about OSHA, and you're going to learn about the Repairers' Rights Act as well. The next module we'll be getting into is electrical. It's a build-on of the first year electrical, where you'll basically be learning more about the electronics and how to diagnose all the subsystems of our cars today. There will be engines, gas engines, where you'll work on the top end of the engine, whereas in first year you worked on the bottom of the engine. So you worked on the short block. This year you'll work on the top end valve trains, valve timing, and things like that. Last module before Christmas, we'll be in powertrains, where you're going to learn about engine management. In particular, we're looking more at emissions. So all the emissions that are produced by our gas-powered engine and some diesel engines as well, we'll learn how to diagnose and to make sure that the emission control devices are working properly. Obviously, you're still going to have an English course that you're going to have to pass, as well as one general education course. Once you've completed semester 3, you come back for semester 4. Semester 4, you're looking at drivetrain systems 2. Again, it's an add-on of the first year drivetrain systems. You're going to look at automatic transmissions, transfer cases, four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, as well as Positrack differentials. Rolling into electronic fuel injection, you're going to learn about throttle body, multi-port, GDIs, diesel injected systems. We're going to spend a little bit of time working on your personal relations and skills and attitude in the next module. After that, you're going to have steering, suspension, or brakes, where you're looking at ABS brakes, traction control, stability control, as well as alignment, and checking front end property. Last but not least, we'll finish off with air conditioning. Air conditioning, you're going to learn how to diagnose the many subsystems of the air conditioning system and how to transfer refrigerant from one vehicle back to the station, back into the vehicle again once you've done repairs. Lastly, you're going to have one more general arts education course.
Your marking and grading breakdown is as follows. You must pass every module to graduate from this course. A pass is 60%, no less. You must participate in both the theory and the shops to pass each module, and expect that there's going to be a final exam or a test at the end of each module, along with practical assessments to be done in the shop. It's recommended you get to know your course outlines. You'll get it at the beginning of each module on the My Cambrian. Make sure you see your course outline for all the details of what you'll need and what will be expected.
Here at Cambridge College, there's a couple policies that you must be made aware of. One of those policies is the Code of Conduct. The Code of Conduct simply states that every college member has the right to a learning environment free of harassment or discrimination in accordance to the Ontario Human Rights Code. This is something that must be adhered by every student attending the college.
Another policy that you have to take into consideration is the academic integrity policy, or the cheating policy. Basically, you have to go over this policy to ensure that you're not doing any cheating. It does include, and it's not limited to, plagiarism, cheating, passing the work of others off as your own, misinterpretation, falsification, and fabrication of information.
E-grades, once you get into My Cambrian, make sure that you check e-grades on a regular basis, because e-grades is a running tally of your grades. It's your responsibility to monitor these grades all the time to know exactly how you are doing in the course. You'll need a computer of some type to access e-grades, so we recommend picking up a good laptop.
Students with disabilities or accommodations, you must contact the Glen Crombie Centre. The Glen Crombie Centre is located in the main campus on your way to the Student Life Centre. Faculty cannot make special arrangements for you unless we receive the necessary paperwork with adequate notice. No exceptions.
Career Center is there to help students with their resumes, help students with mock-up interviews, and helping you to get a job in a lot of cases, and also working with you if you're in a co-op situation. Lastly, they are there to support the alumni.
Here in the Automotive Program, we have a tool rental program available to the students that do not want to purchase their own tools. You must provide a receipt of your rental purchase to the professor, no exceptions. Here's an example of our tools. All the tools available you will need for the full 2 years here at Cambrian College. Any specialty tools that are needed, we have available throughout the shop with our tool tag program. All tools in these toolboxes must be cleaned and put away properly after use. And before you start to use your tools that day, we need you to sign in to make sure that the inventory is done.
Welcome to our shop at Cambrian College. Just give you a quick little overview of how the shop's laid out. We have engine simulators right here the students will be working on. We have a brake lathe back in the corner here that you'll learn how to work. We're also going to be using a sandblaster, and we're also using tools or equipment such as this press to press components on and off. You see we have a bunch of specialty toolboxes here along the side. These specialty toolboxes are module or area specific. They have all the specialty tools that you would require to do the certain tasks as you're working in the shop. Multiple hoists, as you can see, vehicles that we'll be working on, as well as computer stations here with manuals on them, so that you can look up the procedure while working on the vehicles. Battery testers, again, more specialty cabinets, workbenches, starter alternator testers. This is our drivetrains area, wheel balancers. And we're getting near the end of the shop here. This is a general area where we'll be working as a group, obviously spaced out if need be, on certain tasks. As you can see, it's more of a work area for many subjects sort of thing. You have a Varsol bin over in the corner, a couple welding booths in the back, torches in the back. We have lighting boards as well, which you'll be learning lighting systems on. Walking over here, we can see we have our rental toolboxes, and in that crib that you have other tools that you'll be using and oil catch basins, stuff like that. Waste oil goes here, obviously. Up there we can see we have a mezzanine, which is quite large. We'll go up there after. Here we are in the top in the mezzanine. Basically what happens here is where we tear our engines down, our manual transmissions, automatic transmissions, rear differentials, steering columns, things like that, HVAC boxes. Everything's laid out, everything that you possibly could need. Each box has all the required tools to save you from going up and down stairs, all the measurement devices that you will need, plus accessory boxes for other stuff as well. Continuing our little tour of the shop, we have a chassis dyno here for our vehicles, tire machines to learn how to break down tires and install tires properly, strut tamers mounted on the wall for safety. Obviously, when you break down a strut, you need to have it fastened to the wall so it doesn't get away on you. Sneaking through here, obviously we have some 4-post hoists that you can see here that are used for alignment purposes and other areas of work that you're doing. So bridge jacks are in the middle, used to lift up the vehicle. 4 posts lifts up the whole vehicle on a platform. Wheel alignment machines. Again, more computer stations for the manuals that you will need to source out the information to fix the vehicle properly. While working in the lab, each module has its own designated book, task book for the students to work in. So I'm just going to flip through basically to show you what's some of the tasks that are involved. On the back side, a list of the tasks that's required. They get checked off as a student has completed and completed properly. But just to give you an example here, so the grading of this task book, so there's, the student understands what's involved with the grading. Some of the tasks: front end inspection, front wheel drive, where to jack the vehicle, tools required, all the different checks you're going to do on the front end, rear wheel drive vehicles, and so on. So this book is very well laid out in great detail. 4-wheel drive suspension systems, same things, right? So that being said, once all said and done, the student can keep this book once it gets graded. In case they have forgotten something along the line, they can always refer back to these task books. 4-wheel alignment, changing tie rods, ball joints, brake service, master cylinder service, rear brakes, drums, how to measure drums, ABS trouble codes, and so on and so forth. So it's a comprehensive book that the student, once again, will be able to keep once they've completed the program.
All right, and right over here you can see we have our running engine simulators. These are all equipped, high-end, and brand new. These are all here that we can actually have them running for you. We can give you pinouts, faults. You can use the scan tools as Mark is demonstrating. And at this point, we're gonna have one fire up so you can actually hear this thing running and see what you can do with it. Before doing that, we always have to ensure our exhaust fans are on. We have all the in-floor tubing, and as you see, there's on the wall corresponding to the proper fan.
Once you've accessed My Cambrian, you can get to your student dashboard. This is where you're going to be able to look at what courses you will be taking, the course code, also the CRN number for the course, the start and end dates of the course itself, and what we have here is E-grades. E-grades is where you can get the running tally of your marks as you progress through this module. Our next icon is a Moodle icon. This is where you're going to receive most of your information about your course. As you can see, once you click the Moodle icon, you will get to the course itself. For example, Powertrains 2305. There's going to be a description of the actual course itself and what it entails. And one of the most important things you must keep an eye on is upcoming events. Upcoming events is where you're going to get all the latest information on what needs to be submitted or handed in or completed within certain times. Here's an example of what you would see under the Moodle tab. This is going to be our presentation that will be given to you in class. There also will be a quiz for that presentation and other modules that will need to be completed underneath this Moodle tab. And it's divided in your weeks. So it shows that the first week, this is the material that we'll be covering. The second week will be the following material, which will be a different chapter and of course a different quiz. This tab under course outline is going to give you all the detailed information on the courses, how many quizzes, how many tests there are, and all the pertinent information about the actual section that we'll be covering in this module. Next is the syllabus icon, is a breakdown of what's to come. And also the next icon is going to be the CRN schedule. This schedule is important to know what time and which class you must attend during this module.
Well, that's our tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you soon. If you have any questions, contact us. And again, welcome to Cambrian College Automotive.